friends, I'm back. I decided to take just a short break over the holidays, but I am back. Happy New Year to all of you. Here's hoping that 2021 starts to look a little bit normal. I think it's going to take a little bit of time for us to return to something that seems normal to us, but I refuse to go into this new year with a negative attitude. Let's all try to be positive. I have my health. Most of you have your health. And for those of you who are really struggling, it is my prayer that you all start to see brighter days ahead. Today, we are going to chit-chat in this video while I get ready. I don't know if I'm going to do a holiday. It is New Year's Day. It's actually New Year's Eve when I'm recording this, but we're not doing anything for New Year's Eve. I don't know many people that are. Some people may have house parties. Other people may celebrate just the two of them, just like Louie and I will. And to be honest with you, we will be in bed probably by 9 o'clock. I'll make a nice little dinner and we'll watch a movie or something and then we'll go to bed. That's what we've been doing for the last probably 10, 15 years. We have not gone out for New Year's Eve since 1999. Yes, that is how long it has been. We do things at home. We don't have parties or anything like that, but we'll have a beautiful dinner and then we'll do something special that evening. The last time we celebrated was in 1999. And Lou's mother and his brother, they came and we all celebrated together. We went out all dressed up and Lou's mother just had a ball. She loved it. So that's a good memory we have of her. So I'm going to get started with my makeup. I may not talk about exactly what I'm using, but everything will be listed and linked below for you. And of course, I already have the eyebrows on because who am I kidding? If I didn't, I'd be in the mirror like this and you wouldn't be able to see what I was doing anyway. And my eyebrows always look wonky until I have my full face of makeup on. And another reason why I don't do my eyebrows on camera is because this eyebrow arches up so much higher than this one. I think that's the one that I usually look at people like this with, but it does arch up higher. So I have to create the arch on this and it's really difficult and it takes me a few minutes. So that's why I usually don't do it in videos. Okay, so my skin is prepped with my moisturizer and I did not put any primer on, so I'm going to go ahead and just grab this one from Tatcha because it was the first one there. It's not a favorite. It just happened to be on the top of the bucket there. So I'll just put a little bit of this in my T-zone area. I'm not one that really needs a whole lot of staying power for my makeup because I have a tendency to be dry. I did put some of this around here. It's the line blurring wrinkle filler from City Beauty. I thought I'd go ahead and give it a try. The wrinkles above my mouth are really, they're going crazy. But what can we do about that, ladies and men? What can we do about it? Nothing. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit here. I usually just focus this wherever my pores are. And with age, my pores have become a little bit more of an issue. Still not as much as some people, but I do like to wear a primer for that reason. And I do like a primer that blurs. All right, so I'm going to start out with the Charlotte Tilbury, and this is just to add a nice little glow to my face, mainly the cheek area and a little bit to the forehead, maybe down the bridge of the nose and the chin and maybe everywhere else too. I don't know. And I'm going to use, I'm going to be working with two sponges today. I have fallen madly in love with the Colleen Rothschild sponge, and I do use my sponges damp. I squeeze out all the excess water, but I do prefer them damp, and you really should try using them damp. If you're someone who's used them dry, you'll see that they perform so much better for you. Anyway, this is the Colleen Rothschild, and then I have the BK Beauty sponge. I'm going to be using both of them. I'm going to go ahead and just take the BK Beauty for this, and I'm just going to go ahead and tap this in. And I'm going to focus it on my cheeks. I really have been focusing on less foundation because I'm not trying to look younger. I just want to look the best I possibly can. And I find that if I put a lot of foundation on, it adds 5 years. So I try to add as little foundation as possible. Of course, those days when we have a little bit of our skin's acting up, we have to use a little bit more. And then if there are people that really are forced to use more. And then it's just a matter of really finding the best foundation for you. I might go through my foundations and maybe do a foundation video, some of my tops that I really love. I have some from the drugstore. I have high end. I have all different types that I really love. If you look, you'll see that just adds a nice little glow. And I'm all about lifting the cheek area. All about it, because my face is starting to sag through here. It's genetics. It's nothing that I'm going to escape. In order for me to really get rid of the jowls that are going to come my way, because I can look at my brothers, my mother, my sister. Well, I can't look at my mom anymore. And boy, did I miss her over the holidays. That's when you really, really miss your loved ones. I missed my younger brother so much. I miss him so much. His work took him to Boston for quite a few years, and I never really see him a lot because he lives a little bit further away from me, but we always got together during holiday celebrations. And like I had mentioned in a video, he was going to come here with his daughters for Thanksgiving, but then COVID got in the way, and he is still living in New York State, as are his daughters, and you know, it just interfered with the quarantining, and it just didn't work out. And traveling, he was going to drive, but it just didn't work out. But I realized on Christmas how much I missed him. And I sent him a text and told him I loved him, and I told him that I missed him. He's my baby brother, and I watched him a lot growing up. He would tell you that I helped my mother raise him, but my mother did it all on her own. I just have a real fondness for my younger brother. I absolutely adore him. He's not so young. He's 53. I love all my brothers and sisters. I'm just saying he was the baby, you know, and he's the one that I just haven't seen him, and I really missed him. I'm sure many of you are in the same boat, especially with COVID. And I'm in Florida. Florida's state didn't limit us to who we could be with on Christmas or anything like that. You have to still be smart. But we're still opened up. We're still allowed to go out to dinner. We don't do that a lot, but you can go out to dinner if you want. Masks are required everywhere you go. But most of the restaurants here, we can sit outside. If you're in Minnesota, you're not going to be able to sit outside, to eat and enjoy. But here, we can do things like that. So, our holidays weren't as bad as I know some people's have been. So anyway, I hope whatever you did, you had a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. I really do. So I'll just go ahead and tell you what we did over the holidays. And of course, in the comment section, I would love you to share what you did over the holidays. And I realize, as I mentioned, some people were not able to do anything. In the state of New York and California and a couple of other states, they were very, very strict with their guidelines. So it really made the holidays tough for many people. I mean, look how dark I am getting around the eyes. And, I want you to see how deep this hollow is for me. And I did go and talk to someone about, having that done. And she just said, I'm not a candidate for the filler. And I really don't want to mess around with it. And so I'm just going to leave it. So you guys are just going to have to look at my hollow for a long time. But I'm going to work with concealer to make it look a little bit better. So for Christmas, we went over to Boca. My brother lives in Boca, and that's where Ashley and Jace also are. And I have a nephew, Brendan. He is my brother's son. And Brendan is, I think he's 22 or 23. Brendan is autistic, very high functioning. And it's just really nice because Christmas, he gets excited about Christmas. And then, of course, Jace being a little one. I'm going to use the Colleen Rothschild sponge for this. And I'm using the Estee Lauder foundation. Love this. But remember, this is one of those foundations that if you use too much, and I may have, it will just go bad for you. But if you use the right amount of this foundation, it is absolutely gorgeous on an aging skin. Now remember, I have normal to dry. I'm not as dry. I'm more dry than normal, but not as dry as I was in New York because of the humidity here. It really has helped my skin. It does nothing for the hair or your furniture or anything like that, but it does help the skin, except for, and I do have a water softener on my shower now, but when the filter needs to be changed, you definitely see the difference. And my feet will start to get a little dry. And, I really have to use a lot more moisturizer. Speaking of moisturizers, have any of you tried the new Honey Body Glow from Bay Harbor Beauty or her body oil? Oh my goodness, they are fabulous. So if the cream was too heavy for you, try the lotion. It is gorgeous, my friends. And I absolutely love the oil. I sometimes mix the lotion and the oil together. Just beautiful. And those are two of her newer products. She has a lot of new products, so you should go over to her website and take a look at things. Anyway, okay, so we went over to Boca. We actually went up on the 23rd. We got there at about 3 in the afternoon. And I'm just taking a little extra more time with this foundation because I may have used just a little bit too much. And the color is so perfect for me. I don't need to run it down my neck. I really, really do focus on that as well. I like to try to find a foundation that really does match my skin tone so I don't have to take it down my neck, because let's all face it, the neck is getting a little crepey. I have that City Beauty sent me their crepe cream. I'm going to try it on my neck. I have been using a lot of serums on my neck. But age is age. And as the body's chemistry, your hormone levels and everything changes, things happen. And no cream is going to make a difference. I do believe that taking care of yourself slows the process down. So I have really been focusing on my neck. And I will say that I got away pretty good for many years. But I'm noticing this year that it really is starting to show. So, okay, getting back to Christmas. So we went to my brother's on the 23rd, and on the 24th, which was Christmas Eve morning, I went to Ashley's salon and got all my grays done. Now I have no highlights, so my hair is going to seem very dark, but this is the same base color that has always been used on me for probably the last 10 years. It's just that I don't have any highlights, so it seems darker, but I really don't mind it. But she did a nice job, and she did trim my hair. And I wanted to say, when I said I was going to cut my hair, I never meant that I was going to cut my hair. No, it just meant I was going to get a trim. I haven't had a haircut in a year, so I wanted to have like an inch all over taken off, or maybe even 2 inches. But no, there's no short hair in my near future unless I get sick and I need to cut my hair, or if I get arthritis so bad that I cannot take care of my long hair. But my long hair is going to the grave with me, my friends. I mean, I may cut it to here. That's still long hair to me. I will never cut it to here unless I get sick or I can no longer style my hair because of arthritis, which I have horribly in my wrist, but not in my fingers, so I'm still able to grip things. But I just have to be careful with this wrist, and I don't have it in this one. But no, I'm not going to be cutting my hair. And for those of you who are part of the Rapunzel group, which I don't even know if that's a real group, I suppose I could research and find out. I have absolutely no interest in growing my hair to my ankles. That would be ridiculous. I have no interest in growing it to my thighs. That would be ridiculous. I like my hair just below my bra strap, and that is usually as long as I go. Now in Florida, I have mentioned that the weight of my hair really has helped with the frizzing. So right now I'm keeping it a little bit longer. So getting back to Christmas, so I did go on Christmas Eve morning, had my hair colored, and some of you wanted to know the name of the salon. She is very good. She did Ashley's hair while we were there. She did highlight Ashley's hair. She did a really nice job. The salon is a very nice salon. Very, very large salon. However, during COVID, every other chair is in use, and they don't allow you to mingle. They don't allow you to bring anyone else in the salon with you. They have tables for you to sit at while you're waiting with plexiglass in between. Everyone must wear a mask. They have sanitizing stuff all over the place. So it's a very safe salon. And again, I must point out that we live in Florida, and Florida is allowing us to, with caution, they are allowing us to live our lives. And I know that's going to make some people mad because I'm not dismissing COVID at all when I say it. It's very serious. But we have not been shut down like other states. So whether you agree with that or not, it's the state we live in and it's what we're allowed to do. Now, do I think, am I going to roam around without my mask on? And am I going to just stop washing my hands and sanitizing? No, I'm not. Okay, I'm getting carried away with my conversation, so I'm going to move on. So anyway, then Ashley and I did go over to the mall, and she is at the, I want to say it's called the Boca Town Center Mall. It has everything in it, everything. But it was so busy. Finding a parking space was hard, so we really didn't spend any time there. You know, Lou had asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I really said nothing. I really did. I know some of you aren't going to believe that, but I just said, I can't think of anything I want. I mean, I got him golf shirts. I bought him he loves Nitro Brew at Starbucks, but every time, I mean, you can spend hundreds of dollars a month at Starbucks. And to me, that's just throwing money away. So I bought him a Nitro Brew coffee maker, and we're waiting for it to come. I ordered one, but it was too big, and you do have to keep it in the refrigerator, and it was too big. So I'm waiting for the newer one. I bought the smaller one for him. I sent the large one back and bought the smaller one, and he can't wait to use it. He's very, very excited about it. And I think it's hopefully it's going to make him, I mean, he already makes cold brew. I shared that with you during Christmas as a Christmas idea, the cold brew maker. So he already does that, and you do start by making cold brew, and then I'm not really sure how the nitro works, but you have to buy the cartridges, and it cost me about $150 for it was $180 for the large, and it was $149 for the smaller, but you do have to buy the cartridge. But Lou bought those because I wasn't sure what he would need. So he did get those after I gave it to him. And I also bought him a bunch of really nice golf shirts. He needed to, he wears his golf shirts a lot, and they hold up, but the collars start to go and they start to curl up. So I got him a few from the Boca Country Club golf resort, and then I got him some from here, and I bought him some golf belts, those cloth ones. I bought him some of those, but I really didn't have, and I'm starting to overheat. Let me just turn the air up a little bit, my friends. Okay, so I got up to turn the air on, and look what happened. I busted my fingernails sitting. I pulled the chair and I went to sit down and I sat on the nail. So now I have to cut all my nails off because I cannot stand to have a broken nail and I had done so good at growing them. But that's what happened. And now it's bleeding, but we're just going to move forward. It doesn't hurt or anything like that. And it did break off in a real straight line, so it'll grow out nicely. And I also didn't realize that Lula is laying right at my feet. I never even felt her go there. Okay, so we're going to move on. I'm going to go in with some powder. I'm starting to sweat, so the powder may cake on me. So if you do start to break out in a sweat when you're putting your makeup on, get your little fan, which my little fan is, I didn't prepare well today. My fan is over there. Or is my fan here? No, I think my fan is charging. So cool yourself down before you move forward, because if you go and try to make all of this look great, you're going to just cake it on because it's moist. But we're going to go ahead and do it anyway. And I'm using a different powder underneath my eyes. This is by Face Atelier, because I love saying that. And I'm just trying it to see how it works, because I like to give you options of things to try. See, it's caking a little bit because I'm very moist right there, but we're just going to forgive it today because it normally does not. But because it's a little warm in here, I'm working with the lights now. I can't depend on the sun because it comes in and out, and then the video comes in and out, and then I have to stop and wait, and it just really, it annoys me. So I get frustrated, and then I won't record. So we are working with the lights again because I can control them. I know that it's not as good as natural lighting, and it throws in cast shadows on my face, but it's okay. It's a talk video. This is really coming down good. For those of you who don't like the sight of blood, I apologize. Okay, so gonna move on to the powder on my face, but let me continue to talk about Christmas. So on Christmas Eve, my brother made reservations. I'm trying to think of the name. It's in Boca. It's an Italian restaurant. And they had an outdoor, it's got like a brick oven. It's higher end Italian food. It wasn't cheap. So if you live in Boca, you probably know what place I'm talking about. They have a valet service. It's right on a corner. And it started to mist just slightly, but in Florida, you don't let that ruin anything because it'll be just for a second. So we did go out to dinner on Christmas Eve. When you walk through the restaurant, you do have to have a mask on. But once you get outside, you can either leave your mask on or take it off. That's totally up to you. We did take it off. I mean, like I talked about a bubble, and some people don't like that, I talked about the bubble. But that's how Lou and I have chose to face this virus. And for those of you who leave me comments like I disregard what the doctors are saying, I live with a doctor, my friends. He's highly educated in medicine, highly educated. So, I trust him with my life. Okay? I'm just going to go in with a bronzer now. And I'm telling you, I bought this. This was like, I don't know, $4, $5. I don't even know. It's from Walmart. And it's that line Found, that brand. And this is their bronzer. I love this. First of all, it has no sparkle, so it's really nice to use. And I have been putting my bronzers and my contour up a little bit higher because I'm all about lifting the cheeks up. So I'm going to go into the middle one, and then I am going to tap it off just slightly. This video is going to go too long. I just know it is. And I just hate when they're so long, but you guys don't. And I'm going to place this up high. So let me get back to Christmas and get that conversation finished. So we did go out to dinner on Christmas Eve, and it was the first time in a year, my friends, because we have not gone out at all. I felt alive. The buzz around us, I just felt alive. And the tables were all separated nicely. And it was beautiful. It was just, everybody was happy. It was the closest thing to normal that we have had in a long time. So really enjoyed that part of the holidays. And then for Christmas Eve, we did that for dinner. And in my family, our tradition was to open gifts on Christmas Eve. But at my brother's house, we get up in the morning and we go over to Ashley's so we can see what Santa brought Jace. And then we go back to my brother's and we open our gifts from Papa and Uncle Brendan and Ashley and Aunt Tammy and Uncle Lou. And while that's going on, I prepared, I don't know if many of you probably already have tried this, but it's, for years on Christmas morning, I have been making, or any brunch I do, I have been making Bailey's Irish Cream overnight French toast. I got the recipe from a girlfriend many, many years ago, and it is so good. Now I've tweaked it to my liking over the years, but my nephew Brendan loves it. He loves it. So I made that, and we had that. And then after, we cleaned up, and Lou and I were on the road with the girls back to the other coast. So we had a nice holiday. And it's like a new tradition we are creating being down here, which is really, really nice. It's always nice to have traditions. And I know that COVID interfered with a lot of people's traditions, but it is really nice to have them. So it wasn't the same kind of Christmas that it's always been, but again, I just said we're going to make the best out of it. And we did. All right, so you'll see I placed my bronzer up a little bit higher, and I just kind of drag it down. So get a smaller brush, and you can just go in to the center and just really up high in the back, go ahead and do a little bit of contouring to lift it up. I'm doing it a little bit higher because I was noticing that my face was looking a little full and dragging down here. So I don't want to do it here anymore. I just kind of do it right here and here. And then I just take the same brush and blend it so there's no harsh line. And then I'm going to go in with a blush. And the blush I've been using, I have really been enjoying these Face Atelier. I love saying it, my friends. I know I probably drive someone nuts. But there are worse things in life, my friends. I'm going to go in and pick up a little bit. Hi, Lula. Hi, sweet baby. How's my baby? It's my Lula. You can't see her, though. Oh, you're too little. They can't see you. Harley would be all over the place. I'm not sure that Lula's not feeling well. I'm keeping an eye on her. She was sneezing a little bit this morning. They both had their flu shots. In Florida, you have to have a flu shot for your dog. I never had a flu shot for them back in Buffalo, ever. But in Florida, you do. So they did have their flu shots, and she's had all her other. But, you know, these doodlers, they get themselves in trouble eating things. So it could have been something she ate. But, of course, I will keep an eye on her. And if it continues, I will call the vet and ask them if they think I should bring her in. She's not showing any symptoms other than she's sticking very close to me. But then she always does. So I've just placed my blush a little bit higher on my cheek and just in a small area. And again, I'll go in with a different brush and just soften that down. So we got home mid-afternoon on Christmas, and we're watching a couple of series. We watched The Undoing with Nicole Kidman. Very good. We also watched The Queen's Gambit. Very good. Not about the Queen. So a lot of people are like, I don't want to watch a movie about the Queen. It's not about the Queen. It's about a chess game. And then we're also watching, right now we're watching one, it's about the Mexican cartel. It's a series. I can't remember the name of that one. We also watched Virgin River. That was good. We enjoyed that. A little slow, but we enjoyed it. And then last night we watched All the Money in the World, a movie. It's about I think it's Getty was the last name. He was the wealthiest man in the world, I guess, and his grandson was kidnapped and he would not pay for the ransom. So we watched that last night. It was a good movie. For me, it was a little bit slow, but it was good, but it was a little bit slow. We also watched Along Came a Spider. We've seen it before, but we watched that again the other night. So we're getting a lot of series and movies watched. And yeah, that's about it we did for the holidays. And then, of course, yep, I took the tree down. I don't know what it is. I can't stand to have it up too long. A very bright, bold lip today. This is a lip liner from LA Girl. And the lip I'm going to wear is from Lancome, and it is called Sunrise Ruby. And she's going to be bright. I'm going to do my eyes last. Okay, so I think I'm going to use some of these Glow Skin Beauty eye sticks. You'll probably see these in a video down the road again because I have really been enjoying the eyeshadow cream sticks. And the Glow Skin Beauty are very, very nice. And I'm going to work with two today. I'll put the colors below. This is the first one, so look for the reference of the first one. And I'm just going to wind it up a little bit. And I'm just going to go ahead and place this all over. Now, this is a satin finish, but it's a pretty sheer color. It has some color, but not too much. And I'm just going to really apply it all over the lid, close to the lash line. And then I'm going to drag it along the crease. And it almost places the eyeshadow exactly where you want it. Now they do dry down, so if you do want to move it around a little bit, this is where you'll go in with a brush and just soften that hard edge. I'm not really going to move it around too much because when I open my eye, it's exactly where I want it. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, so there is the top of the eye. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this underneath. Just a thin line underneath. Join it to the outer edge. And I just drag it down slightly on the outer edge. Just widens the eye a little bit. I'm going to take that same brush and soften it. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of this brown and I'm going to go up underneath the lash, the tight line. You have contacts, you have to be a little careful though, because they do have a little bit of satin in them. So if you get it on the lens, it's not going to be comfortable. And now my contacts have a film on them now, so after I'm done with this tutorial, I have to take them out because I got a little bit of it on there, but not so much that it's bothering me. Okay, so that completes the eye look. So now I'm going to just put some mascara on. So I curled my lashes, and now I'm going to go in with the NARS. This is the Climax Extreme. Really want to play the lashes up. I like this mascara. You will not like this mascara if you don't like a little bit of clumpiness. It gives you really thick, bold lashes. I like that. So I'm going to finish up with, this is the Ambient Lighting Infinity Powder from Hourglass. And I'm just going to go in. I'm going to take the Refer number 20 fan brush. And I'm just going to add a little bit of this. Is going to add a subtle glow all over. But I'm just going to focus it on the high points of the cheek. You see that? I got a little bit of mascara right there on my cheek, but I have to wait for it to dry. And the last thing I'm going to do, I love, 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 love this continuous setting mist from Morphe. I'm going to take this, try not to get it on my hair. All right, my friends, so that is it for today's Chit Chat video. I know it went a little long and there was not as much humor as there normally is. I didn't get to talking about the girls too much. I know many of you look forward to hearing about the doodles. So just keep checking back. I'm going to continue to do these Chit Chat Get Ready With Me videos because so many of you seem to enjoy them. And I really get a lot out of them because many of you engage so much in the comments with me. And I really do enjoy reading all of your comments. So on your way out, hit the subscribe button and the bell that notifies you of all the videos that I'm putting up. If you're not being notified, make sure you check out the home channel of all your favorites because all of our new videos are posted on our home page. You know I'd love to have you as an ageless beauty, so go ahead. Hit the subscribe button and I'm going to let you go. All right, my friends. Love you all. Bisous.